Well, hello! Michael here, looking again into Psalms 32 as we close out with the last two verses, Exposition, verse 10 and 11. So let's go ahead and read the whole psalm, which is subtitled, Blessed are the Forgiven. Verse 1. Blessed is the one whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Blessed is the man against whom the Lord counts no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. For when I kept silent, my bones wasted away, through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me, my strength was dried up as by the heat of summer. Selah. I acknowledged my sin to you, and I did not cover my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgression to the Lord, and you forgave the iniquity of my sin. Selah. Therefore let everyone who is godly offer prayer to you at a time when you may be found. Surely in the rush of great waters they shall not reach him. You are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with shouts of deliverance. Selah. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Be not like a horse or a mule without understanding, which must be curbed with the bit and bridle, or it will not stay near you. And verse 10. Many are the sorrows of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds the one who trusts in the Lord. Verse 11. Be glad in the Lord, and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. And so we look to the treasure of David for the exposition, verse 10. Many sorrows shall be to the wicked. Like refractory horses and mules, they have many cuts and bruises. Here and hereafter, the portion of the wicked is undesirable. Their joys are evanescent, their sorrows are multiplying and ripening. He who sows sins will reap sorrow in heavy sheaves. Sorrow of conscience, or of disappointment, of terror, are the sinner's sure heritage in time, and then forever sorrows of remorse and despair. Let those who boast of present sinful joys remember the shall be of the future, and take warning. But he that trusteth in the Lord, mercy shall compass him about. Faith is here placed as the opposite of wickedness, since it is the source of virtue. Faith in God is the great charmer of life's cares, and he who possesses it dwells in an atmosphere of grace, surrounded with a bodyguard of mercies. May it be given to us of the Lord at all times to believe in the mercy of God, even when we cannot see traces of it working. For to the believer, mercy is as surrounding, as omniscient, and every thought and act of God is perfumed with it. The wicked have a hive of wasps around them, many sorrows, but we have a swarm of bees storing honey for us. Verse 11. Be glad. Happiness is not only our privilege, but our duty. Truly, we serve a generous God, since he makes it a part of our obedience to be joyful. How sinful are our rebellious murmurings! How natural does it seem that a man blessed with forgiveness should be glad! We read of the one who died at the foot of the scaffold, of overjoy at the receipt of his monarch's pardon. And shall we receive the free pardon of the King of Kings, and yet pine in excusable sorrow? In the Lord, here is the directory by which gladness is preserved from levity. We are not to be glad in sin, or to find comfort in corn and wine and oil, but in our God is to be the garden of our soul's delight. That there is a God, and such a God, and that he is ours forever, our Father and our reconciled Lord, is matter enough for a never-ending psalm of rapturous joy. And rejoice, ye righteous, redouble your rejoicing. peal upon peal. Since God has clothed his choristers in the white garment of holiness, let them not restrain their joyful voices, but sing aloud and shout as those who find great spoil. And shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart. Our happiness should be demonstrative. Chill penury of love often represses the noble flame of joy, and men whisper their praises decorously, where a hearty outburst of song would be far more natural. It is to be feared that the church of the present day, through a craving for excessive propriety, is growing too artificial, so that inquirers' cries and believers' shouts would be silenced if they were heard in our assemblies. This may be better than boisterous fanaticism, but there is as much danger in one direction as the other. For our part, we are touched to the heart by a little sacred excess, and when godly men in their joy overleap the narrow bounds of decorum, we do not, like Michal, Saul's daughter, eye them with a sneering heart. Note how the pardoned are represented as upright, righteous, and without guile. A man may have many faults and yet be saved, but a false heart is everywhere the damning mark. A man of twisting, shifty ways, of a crooked, crafty nature, is not saved, and in all probability never will be. For the ground which brings forth a harvest, when grace is sown in it, may be weedy and waste, but our Lord tells us it is honest and good ground. Our observation has been that men of double tongues and tricky ways are the least likely of all men to be saved. Certainly, where grace comes, it restores man's mind to its perpendicular, and delivers him from being doubled up with vice, twisted with craft, or bent with dishonesty. Reader, what a delightful psalm! Have you, in pursuing it, been able to claim a lot in the goodly land? If so, publish to others the way of salvation. Oh, how great is our God and his word, so masterfully written and exposited. Trust you enjoyed the meditation. Michael here declaring yet again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.